What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I have somebody who's definitely not having a very good day, and that is the YouTuber we all love to hate, Mr. Jake Paul. Like, listen, as much as, I clown on Jake Paul and make fun of him before, the story that we've got today is actually pretty crazy. Basically, the FBI raided Jake Paul's house today. He's out of town. They didn't have any, arrests on the warrant or anything, but sure enough, the FBI literally rolled up to his house and searched it while he wasn't there. And, we gotta talk about it, because it's not every day that YouTubers' houses are really getting raided by the FBI.
The most young boy, but I turn to the man. Chasing paper, yeah, I know I get the bands. Drive exotic while exploring foreign lands. I don't got it, but I do it because I can.
All right. So I'm pretty sure we can all agree that if any YouTuber was gonna get searched by the FBI, it was gonna be Jake Paul. But regardless, hopping on Twitter this morning and seeing something like this leaving Jake Paul's house is not what I expected. They really took a small army to Jake Paul's house, bro. Like, did they expect an army of 12-year-olds that still watches videos to be sitting outside waiting for him? Regardless, I feel like having a warrant served on you by the FBI definitely shows that whatever Jake Paul has been doing lately, it's not very good. And what makes it even weirder is that in this article, I started reading it trying to figure out exactly why the FBI pulled up to Jake Paul's house in the first place. Whatever the feds were looking for at a Jake Paul's home apparently required a lot of backup and manpower because a small militia left his pad in armored trucks. Check out this footage we got of federal agents and vehicles as they arrived rolling out as they completed their business. That's the picture I showed you. It looks like a mini military parade with several guys wearing SWAT and/or tactical gear hanging off the sides in addition to whoever was inside. By our count, there seems to have been at least 20 people or so on the ground executing the search warrant, what makes you wonder what Jake might be mixed up in. And yeah, I think 20 FBI agents coming to your house is nuts. And what's even creepier, the more I look at the picture, it legit looks like Jake Paul got like 4 stars on GTA. When the SUVs start coming after you with the people on the side? Legitimately though, I don't know what Jake Paul could be wrapped in where 20 FBI agents are needed. Like, I know Jake Paul is pretty dumb, but usually it's, England is my city level stuff. Not like, yes, the FBI has needed to be called in to make sure that Jake Paul is not in fact planning to kidnap the Queen of England. But what's even crazier is normally when there's like a search warrant served and the SWAT team and FBI pull up to somebody's house, the information on the warrant is relatively public knowledge, like you can find out what it was served for, what the cops were looking for, but this one is staying secret. Law enforcement sources tell us that Jake's house in Calabasas is currently being searched by the feds and that the search warrant has been issued to do so. We don't know why or what the authorities are looking for, but we do know agents are on the ground taking a look around. And I don't necessarily know a ton about FBI searches and stuff, but I will say that normally the search warrant is available, which makes me think that whatever the FBI is looking for has got to be pretty serious if they can't even tell the public what it is. And this is all speculation, it might not even be Jake Paul, it could just be one of the 10 million people he lets live in his house for some reason. But regardless, a small army pulling up to your house for a secret reason that they're not telling anybody is kind of bizarre. We know Jake draws a lot of attention with his YouTube stunts, which are often documented on camera, some of which have landed him in hot water legally before. This raid isn't a prank gone wrong though. We know it's real this time. I love how they try to imply that somehow the FBI would be searching him for a prank. Some of his pranks have landed him in hot water. You think the FBI sent in a small army to be like, hey man, listen, your pranks are way too savage, okay? You're raising the bar way too high out there, Jake Paul. Stop killing it. And, I will say it is important that they point out it's not a prank, because if anyone would hire a fake FBI team to come raid his house for publicity, it's definitely Jake Paul. 100%. If anyone is dumb enough to think that getting raided by the FBI is a good thing and is good publicity, it would be Jake. We can agree on that, right? And so originally the story was broken by TMZ, so I didn't really know how legit it was, because TMZ, no offense, but y'all are about as legitimate as definitely legitnews.com. I don't trust everything out of their mouth. I knew he was getting raided, but I didn't really know anything else. So I found another article from ABC, which I think is more legit, and they had another quote from a real law enforcement individual from the FBI saying that the affidavit in support of the search warrant is sealed and we are therefore prohibited from commenting as to the nature of the investigation. And you know, regardless of what it is, it's just not looking too hot. FBI raids usually don't happen unless they've got some proof that you're doing some naughty things. And honestly, I'm gonna take some guesses, okay? Go ahead and comment down below right now what you honestly think Jake Paul got raided for. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna guess tax evasion, only because I feel like Jake Paul is the type of dude to do tax evasion, especially because he just doesn't even seem smart enough to like figure out how to do his taxes in the first place. So maybe his accountant just lied for him or something, but that's my personal guess. My second choice is definitely something involving like something crazy, you know, like he's secretly been trafficking chimpanzees to sell on the black market. It's gonna be either tax evasion or something crazy. That's my guess, but let me know in the comment section down below what you think. The search comes about 2 weeks after Paul hosted a ruckus party at the Calabasas mansion, sparking backlash due to the lack of masks and social distancing among the dozens of guests. Mayor Alicia Wentrup expressed outrage over the large party which took place despite rising coronavirus cases, hospitalizations, and death in California. And this is the only like explanation I can find anywhere, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I don't feel like the FBI is gonna send 20 agents to your house to conduct a search for like throwing a party without masks, you know? Like, sure, it was bad, but I don't necessarily think it's, you know, FBI serving a search warrant on your house bad. The only other thing I could think it might be, like, unless it's just a secret, is, you know, the rioting thing when he went to Arizona and was caught rioting. But I'm telling you, I feel like it's something nobody is gonna see coming, dude. It's either tax evasion or some wild stuff, just because it's Jake Paul and, you know, he's always full of surprises. Regardless of if you like him or not, this is gonna be surprising. But I think the funniest part of this is, you know for a fact in the comment section of his video after he comes back from this, all the 12-year-olds are gonna be like, "It's okay, Jake, you can change and grow as a person." Like, I'm pretty sure Jake Paul could get arrested for just straight up locking people in closets, and the Jake Paulers would be like, "Jake, it's okay, just use this experience to grow and learn from," you know? And I'm gonna be honest, I really hope Jake Paul hasn't done anything insanely illegal. I know a lot of you guys are like, "Oh my god, dude, but it's funny, Jake Paul got arrested." But legitimately, like, I hope that Jake Paul has not committed any crimes that are gonna get him like a life sentence or anything super serious. Not because I'm really worried about Jake Paul, you know? I think the idea of Jake Paul trying to do good in prison is hilarious. Imagine Jake Paul on the yard in like San Quentin, California, trying to explain to everybody that he made the song Every Day, bro, and deserves credit for it. Like, that's a funny picture in your head, you know? But in the reality of it, I think one of the world's biggest YouTubers going down for an absolutely insane crime would not be good PR for the rest of YouTube. Like, oh, this guy got 20 million subs and he was low-key, you know, just kidnapping goldfish and releasing them after filling them with nuclear waste. I don't know, whatever it is that he did. That's not a good look for YouTube, because like it or not, anybody with 15, 20 million subscribers definitely represents the platform, especially to the normies in the mainstream, you know? Like, every YouTuber knows that Jake Paul is an idiot and nobody cares, but all the boomers who don't understand YouTube and now are gonna be exposed to this guy getting like swatted by 20 FBI members, it's definitely not a good look for YouTube. But Jake Paul trying to exist in prison would be some funny vlog content. I'd actually watch that. What's up, Jake Paulers? Welcome back to the prison yard. Today I'm gonna be walking up to the biggest person I can find and hitting him hard to let him know that I mean business. And then the rest of the vlog is like Jake Paul wearing a makeshift dress from the biggest dude in prison. You know, like, that's the vlog content I think we might actually need from Jake Paul. I would watch that. So I went and did a little bit more digging on Twitter just to see if I can find like literally anything at all to prove what's going on with Jake Paul, because it's all wild speculation now. So I want to make this very clear. This is just a random Twitter reply to my friend Optimus's tweet about the Jake Paul situation. So I have no idea if this is legit, but it does make sense. Whoever is saying SWAT, that isn't the SWAT team, that's the FBI. He didn't get swatted, and it's probably related to the mall looting in Scottsdale, Arizona. They've been making tons of arrests in that case. I did some Googling. I can't find them making tons of arrests, the FBI, over the Scottsdale, Arizona thing, but I guess it's possible. Like, Jake Paul did literally vlog himself looting and rioting, and if the FBI is going around arresting tons of people that did it, I guess it would make sense that they would find find the guy who vlogged it and uploaded it to millions of people first compared to everybody else because, you know, they tried to hide. And if this is what it is, I don't feel bad for Jake Paul at all, because if you vlog yourself looting, then I don't know, you kind of deserve a punishment for it. But yeah, Jake Paul's house currently being raided by the FBI, definitely not anything that I think any of us saw coming. And if it is for the looting, that just makes all of this even funnier, because let's not forget what Jake Paul said about that, all right? Paul denied the looting and said he wanted to share our experience and bring more attention to the anger felt in every neighborhood that we traveled through. Well, apparently the FBI wanted to, you know, feel some anger in your neighborhood because they really just pulled up with 20 people, dude. Like, you were a multimillionaire looting, all right? Let's not pretend that you were doing anything except being dumb. Anybody who believes that Jake Paul actually was trying to help by looting in Scottsdale, raise their hand. See, I can't see any of you, and that's good because none of you should be raising your hand because that's an obvious cap if I've ever heard one. You know, maybe this all boils down to the FBI wanting to be a part of those house parties. Like, those 8 house parties he's throwing with no masks. Maybe the FBI was just like, why weren't we invited? We want to party. We're tired of being locked down too. Moral of the story is always invite the FBI to your house parties or they might raid your house, I guess. On that note, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I really would appreciate you pressing the like button. It helps the video do quite a bit better, you know, and more views just makes me happier, I ain't gonna lie. I will make another video if we ever find out why the warrant was served on Jake Paul and update everything. But if you're new, you should also subscribe. I upload videos like this pretty often. And if you're gonna sub, turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And yeah, on that note, I just want to give a quick shout out to all the members here on the channel. The link is down below. If you want to join, you get a shout out every video. Chandler Lewis, Antog, Michael Savage, Zora W, Game Clips, Sparkle, Why So Blurry, Ryuki, Brandon Grove, Sam Trowbridge, JT, and Gotcha Master. Big thank you for all being members. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, the intro song will also be in the description if any of you want to give it a listen. On that note, my name is Scrubby. Have an amazing day. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm gonna go try to get arrested so I can be in prison with Jake Paul. I'm out. Peace.